What's good, my people? Welcome back to the SBP. I'm your boy Prime Source. What is good?
What's going on, Prime? Just out here moving and shaking and moving around the house. That is. That's it. That's all. How you feel?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. It's supposed to be a nice day out there. Um, I might get out there for a quick second, partake in a couple
Oh
of
yeah, you might go outside.
just for a little bit. Just for a little bit, I might do something, man. Get back here and peep some of this basketball that's supposed to go down today. But other than that, man, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I just had to go outside and I was looking for the Instacart lady and chasing her around from front to back or whatever. And I was like, man, this weather's all right. This weather's is cool. I might have to deal with this for a little bit.
Word. Yeah, I was outside this morning, man. I went out early for some. Like I was, the plan was to do some OT. Then I
Hmm.
was like, I had a feeling when I woke up. I was like, I want to do something. So I went outside, played some joints. I was outside for like 40 minutes, and then the iPad overheated that quick. I was like, it ain't even hot out here for real. So
Oh,
there was a quick session. I came back in, let it cool down a little bit, and then did another hour. But still, it was hot. It wasn't even 80, but the iPad overheated.
that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause on that direct heat, man, that direct heat, that direct sunlight to do that. So I don't know, man. But I'm even looking out the window. I see a small breeze in the trees out here. So
Yeah.
don't get this all the time. So I might have to do just a little something, not much. Well, I'm just hyping myself up because there's a couple of places that I have to go, like the hardware store, stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm masking as if I'm really going out here. But if you got things that you have to do, it's better to do it when the weather is okay.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, so it is what it is, man. But other than that, you've been good, man.
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Look, I tried to I'll explain after we get into the topic, and I'll explain.
Yeah, so um very special today, man, because it's a lot of stuff we could be talking about. We are primarily a sports group, but we get down on the hip hop, TV, movies, and things of that nature. And there's a lot going on. I mean, it's a lot going on that wasn't going on at the beginning of the week that we could have been talking about, but we're not gonna bore y'all. I know y'all tired of. We're not gonna talk too much about Shannon anyway, other than salute to his brother getting in there.
Right.
We could have been talking about, Luca's contract extension. We could talk about uh, Micah and Jerry don't want to play with each other no more. Micah about to take his football and go home. And, there's a great Hall of Fame. There's some great Hall of Fame inductions yesterday. That was, if anybody didn't get a chance to see some of those were pretty special with some real good speeches in there, man. Shout out to all of them, especially Antonio Gates, but there was some good stuff out there. And then we got some stuff that I'll probably do some videos later. We holding our breath, waiting on some things with Nafisa Collier, and we just had a trade about an hour ago in the WNBA,
I
which is
just saw it.
some was a big deal. Which I, featuring Dejanay Carrington, which I told people 3 weeks ago she's gonna get moved. I know she's happy because she's going to a spot now where she gonna be in the playoffs from a spot where she most likely wasn't going to be in it. And poor Diamond Miller, and we're seeing Tierra McCarron was, McGowan, what's going on with her now? She didn't got waived, so it part of the deal. A lot of people missed that. I was chatting on WNBA Twitter, so it's a lot of stuff we could get into. But we're gonna talk music today. We're gonna be going crazy. I'm sure. Like I said, I'll put some videos out for some of the sports stuff, and so it's May as well. We got football coming up, soon enough. But we're gonna talk some. We're gonna definitely get into some hip hop today, man.
Hip hop.
Yeah, which we love to do. And what I wanted to do, man, just a very quick second before we even get deep into these hip hop situations, because we doing 95 mixtapes today. I do want to give a quick shout out, rest in peace, to DJ producer Howie T, who just passed away, man. And those who are not familiar with Howie T, of all his bodies of work, he worked with a lot of people, but most importantly, you would probably remember, of course, Special Ed, the Special Ed project. So some of your favorite joints, man, like, The Magnificent, that was him. I Got It Made. That was him. Think About It. That's my joint right there. Think About That was him. Then you got your boy Chubb Rock. You know what I'm saying? Treat Them Right. You know, it's the two of us. You know, and then of course, some of us to go back a little bit further can remember the hand he had, you know, the real Roxanne's career. So, you know, getting her out there. So there's plenty of other people he worked with, you know, Whistle and some other folks. But yeah, shout out, man, and rest in peace to a guy who meant a lot to this game, especially in the earlier stages of the hip hop.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace, Howie T. Peace to Howie T. Good looking G.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So another pioneer has moved on, man. Never be forgotten, you know. So, but yeah, man, we gonna, you know, we ain't even gonna dilly around with this thing, man. Like I say, the year is 1995, and we decided to do something a little bit different, which we could have very easily done, and probably should have done with a couple of them. We could have went a lot further than we did, okay?
Right.
But being that we was, you know, we had time today, we said, you know what, man, we gonna have to do 25 a piece, 25 a piece. And I know it sounds crazy but you know, we flow through the other ones like it's nothing. I said at the end of a couple of the ones that we did, I said, man, we could have said it did 10 more. This, you know, when we got to that portion of the show of creating our own mixtapes, you know, the time really wasn't that long.
Right.
And looking at 1995, I don't know about you. Well, I know about you because you told me when I said, bro, we're going to do 25. You was like, well, I can do 25 easy in 95. And I said, yeah, it's real easy.
So easy, in fact, that I'm challenging myself. I haven't even looked at, like, you know, we know albums that came out each year and all that, but I haven't looked at anything. I just pulled up the list. I figure I'm going to do mine now. I'm going to do my list right now as we go through.
Well, I hope you got plenty. Well, no, you don't have to have backups. I have backups because sometimes I know it's been a couple of times you and I have done this and we're like, well, you know what? I'm gonna leave that on the list, and still can do that. But then it's just so many. For me personally, I use it sometimes as an opportunity to put something else I wanted to put on the list that didn't make it.
Right.
You know, nevertheless, you know, I'm extra, so I'm gonna shout out some stuff done anyway. And my shout out is going to be not on purpose, but it's kind of a theme to, and you'll see at the end of a couple of things I'm going to shout out when we're done. And I didn't do it intentionally, but it's just the way that it worked out. So what we'll do is we'll do like we normally do. You know, one of us will go, you go, one of us will go. And since the list is so long, each of us just go back. And when we're done, and we can just go down our own list as the recap towards the end, and do it that way. All right. So, all right. So what we doing, man? You want to go first? I'm going first. Where we going?
You go first, Prime, because like I said, I'm just pulling up the list of albums that dropped in '95. So I'm just gonna scribble real quick. But I'm ready though. I'm ready.
All right, first up, I'm gonna come out the box swinging. 1995 is the year, and on the screen there, I'm just gonna put this up real quick because there's a ton of records, and we're gonna hit a lot of these records. I already know now. Some of them we probably not gonna hit, but it's a ton of records for y'all to need a quick refresher of what we're dealing with here, because there's way more that's on this list, right? But I just wanted to throw this up there before we get into it. All right, so. First up on my list, I'm coming out swinging. It comes from an album, one of the most iconic albums to ever hit the hip hop world. As a matter of fact, the album itself 2 days ago just celebrated 30 years. 30 years. And it's been a classic since the first time it was played on or through your speakers. So the song I'm going with from the Purple Tape is Incarcerated Scarfaces. Yes, I got to come out swinging, man. Some of RZA's finest work on that bad boy. And of course, you know, Ray out there doing this thing. So Incarcerated Scarfaces is my first song on my mixtape, bro.
Okay. So you got your list. I'm creating mine. So I'm not gonna write yours down this week.
That's cool.
Since we're gonna come back through anyway, and I'm gonna drop mine as I create it.
Word. I like
I'm,
that. That's fire.
I'm gonna start out real easy, real easy. Uh, it was the first rap album to come out in 1995. This group just celebrated 30 years from their album back in January, and they released a new album earlier this year called Infinity. I'm going Smith and Wesson,
Woo!
Soundboy Burial.
Woo! Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know that's gonna hit me. So you had me at the Smith. I already knew. You had me right there. You had me right there. So that is fire beyond fire. Um, yeah, I won't be able to get that out of my head the rest of the day. So yeah, matter of fact, I already know what I'm rolling with out here in these streets today. It's Smith and Wesson. It's going down. It is going down out there. That's a fire pick right there, my brother. I like that. I like
let's
that.
go. Yeah, I'm out
Next up, I gotta stay with the hot ones, man. I got to stay with the hot ones. I'm coming out. I'm coming out swinging, bro. And I'm gonna go with "Sex on the White Beaches of St. Thomas." Though it ain't promised, I'm as determined as them old timers. I want a village in the Costa Rica where I can smoke my reefer and enjoy how life's supposed to treat you. I'm coming out here with AZ, Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill, baby. Sugar
Sugar
Hill,
Hill
baby.
off the top. You know what I'm saying? I got to get that in. One of the best songs from the year 1995, and of course AZ's biggest song, the song that help propel him. When it's
Yeah,
to what we know today. So
yes, indeed. That's nice. That's nice, Prime. I'm going. All right. So, oh, do I want to go? I don't want to reach early because there's so many joints. I don't want to reach early.
I feel you.
I feel like this is not a reach though, for real. But it's close. It's close. Uh, let me stick with the obvious. Let me stick with the obvious. You mentioned them already. Like you said, on Friday it was the 30th anniversary of the Purple Tape. I gotta go with Verbal Intercourse off
Mm,
of the
mm,
Purple Tape.
mm. Yeah. Don't have that fire on my list. It was one of my backups though. It was one of my backups for sure. But you
Yeah,
can't go
Verbal
wrong with it.
Intercourse. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Beyond crazy, man. Beyond crazy. Um, Still 30 years celebrating one of the dopest albums ever. Believe that.
Yo,
All right. So
ever.
um number three. Number three, continuing with the heat. And I fought with the two songs from the particular album that came out. Also one of the dopest albums ever out there. But I gotta stick with the one that Billboard said had the greatest beat of hip hop beat of all time. Shout
Mm,
out to Havoc and them. I'm going with Shook Ones Part Two.
mm.
Deep. That's how I'm coming on that one. So
That's tough.
yeah, I'm
That's a
around
tough.
telling you, hey, Source, I'm telling you, I'm out in these streets riding. You feel me? Like when I'm taking that type of ride that I'm gonna turn a 45-minute ride into maybe 2 hours almost. That's what I'm gonna do. That's how I'm feeling today.
Okay, I'm not mad at that, bro. I'm not mad at it at all. Oh man, so many joints. Only 25 spots. Good lord, only 25 spots. All right. So the second solo album from the Wu, right,
Mm-hmm.
was by my guy, rest in peace, a sign unique,
Whew,
old dirty.
whew.
And usually I don't go with the singles like for myself for real. Like if I'm making a list for myself, I don't
Mhm.
go for the singles. But Brooklyn Zoo is one of my joints. That's
Whew.
one of my favorite joints. That joint's so
Yeah,
crazy to me. So I'm going Old Dirty, Brooklyn Zoo.
I'm the one
Oh,
man. I'm a son.
not
Yes,
oh,
sir.
it's about to be
I
crazy.
see.
It's
I
about to be
see you over
crazy.
there, man. I see you. I see you.
Dang.
I see you on that one. Dope. So my number 4 is also going to have to go back to one of my favorite groups, which you've already talked about the Clan over there, but we're not
Right.
talking about the Wu-Tang Clan. We talking about my boys as they put out that Bucktown. You know what I'm saying? I got to go with that. Home of the original Clappers themselves, but yeah, no doubt. I'm going with Bucktown.
Oh, you going with Buck? Okay,
I'm going
okay.
with Bucktown. It's Bucktown as a sound.
Word. All right. I'm not mad at that at all.
Shining, baby.
Not mad at that at all. All right. All right. So, uh, speaking of singles, and I've interviewed one half of this group twice. Once for Source and Company through the pandemic, and then once on Beat Cypher Wednesday. Matter of fact, he debuted a new song on Beat Cypher Wednesday a couple months ago.
Right.
With an appearance, the discovery of them and an appearance on this first single by the one and only Blastmaster KRS-One, I gotta go channel live.
Woo.
All we do is spark mad ism.
Mm,
All we do is spark mad ism.
mm. Like that. Like that. You can't leave that off the list.
Can't leave that off the list.
You cannot leave that off the list. I like it, so I like it. The joint shaping up real nice, my man. Real nice.
Appreciate it.
I got to come back with this one though. If you don't know this young man for anything else, and a lot of people won't know him for anything else, other than the fact that when he used to actually be in a group, I got to go with my man Jamal as he fades them all.
Ooh.
And keep in mind when I say this, I'm going with the original version produced by Redman and Rockwell. I know a lot of people love the Pete Rock remix, and everything Pete Rock does is dope. But I got to go with that Redman Rockwaller joint. This one, the one that everybody knows. As soon as the first drop hit, everybody know what the song is off top. You know what I'm saying? With that big sample in there too.
Right.
Rock lyrics off and on like a light switch. Yeah, so Jamal fades them all, baby.
Okay. Oh, let me see. Yo, I just ran across this because I didn't even think about this because let me confirm. Yeah, I didn't think about this because I'm thinking about artist albums, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a 2 CD movie soundtrack that dropped in '95,
Yes, sir.
and that joint had one of them ones. It had a few, but it had one of them ones
I think I know that.
from, you know what it is, from that 2-man group out of ATL shouted. So the movie was New Jersey Drive,
Mm-hmm.
Outcast, I either want a Benz or a Beamer.
That's one of my favorite joints. That is one of my favorite joints right there. That joint got a couple of my favorite joints in it that I love by other artists, man.
Yeah, no
That
doubt.
Outcast joint is beyond crazy. Beyond crazy. So man, I like how you kind of dug on that one. It's digging without digging. You came out with fire either way, man. So that's dope. I salute you on that one.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I just fell into that joint. Fell into that one.
Now I'm gonna change the vibe a little bit from the tone of my album, but I just can't. It wouldn't sit right with me inside. It wouldn't sit right with me in my soul if I just didn't include this on it because it's one of the most popular songs that's still getting love today. Like, we talking commercials, man. We talking. They play it at basketball games. We talking about a young man who made this song. You would have thought he would have got rich early, The people took the man's had problems with his publishing, the creativity aspect, all of that, and he just got it back. Well, he got it back a few years ago. Now he's starting to make a little change. But I got to go with that kid, Skilo. I wish.
Wow.
I got to go. I got to, man. I got to go with Skilo, man. If you guys haven't heard the story of what happened to him, he's talked about it in several interviews. And people wondered what happened to him. Why did he stop making music shortly after that? Yeah, because he pretty kind of got robbed. He had to go through some things to get his money back, and to get his publishing and stuff situated so he could start getting money. And it's crazy enough because now I can tell you probably in the past 4 or 5 years, I can think of probably these 2 commercials, easy, that they have used that in the joint. So he getting his money now. But I wish by Skilo.
Can't be mad at that. Shout out to my guys from I don't think
That was a little bit taller, so.
Me too. I wish I was a lot taller actually. Sometimes. But then tall people be having bad backs and bad knees, and I'm okay. But shout out to my guy, my guys, I should say, from the Heroes. Like I said, I think I told you they let me hear some of their album that's coming out.
Yep, you did.
And one of them joints is that. It uses that song that you just said. So surprisingly, you wouldn't expect that. But yeah, that joint not though. That joint not. So shout out to them. All right, let me see, Prime. Let me see. Let's go to the West Coast one time.
Let's go
to the West Coast one time. My favorite. I'm not a big Tupac guy overall. Like I like Tupac, don't get me wrong, but he's not like a go-to or a staple for me. But if there's one album, it's the one that came out in 1995, Me Against the World. So I'm going with the title track, Me Against the World.
Me Against the World. That's dope. That's dope right there. You can never go wrong with that. People don't talk about that album enough to me. Can You Get Away was my joint on that too. But yeah, that's fire, man. I like that pick. Next up, where we at? Oh, I'm on number 7, right?
Yep.
I am on number 7. And I know you're gonna be like, Prime. Oh, no. I forgot I changed it, so never mind. Going with number 7. My number 7, I got to roll with Big L, Put It On.
Put it on, Big L.
I drink more wet, not Beck's beer. Peace to all my homies in the gangster lean. I see you when I get there. Got to go with Big L on that joint. So we're going to go Put It On, Big L. And just so you know, that was my replacement pick because my number 7 actually was Brooklyn Zoo. Yeah. Yep. So Put It On, Big L is what we rocking.
All right. I'm going to go at number 7. So this album, the first 2 albums by this group were more popular, I guess is the word. Matter of fact, when they hit the scene, one, their first 2 singles were played crazy in Ivory's. 2, one of the 2 of us was there when they were discovered, and it wasn't me. I'm going with Das Effects, the Pete Rock remix.
Okay.
Of Real Hip Hop.
Okay.
The hop, you don't stop.
Yeah.
Das Effects with the Real Hip Hop.
Dope. A lot of these joints, I should have caught that. That's one of those ones I should have been like, I bet your source gonna pick that. And that one got past me, but that's dope pick though.
Yeah, I wanted to go with Hold It Down for real, because I think Hold It Down, I used a line from that joint in one of my first like real songs that I made, even though it didn't go anywhere obviously, but one of the first songs I made I think it was from that joint. Won't be no discussion. Strictly head crushing. The song was called Head Crushing. So
Word
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Word up. All right. Next up, I'm gonna dig a little bit. And I'm gonna go with Onyx, man. All
Ooh.
we got is us. These evil streets is rough. So yeah, I'm going. All we got is us by Onyx. Need to get back to the grind. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Love that joint.
Hmm.
Love that joint.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with one of my favorite songs to play. I play it in any mix, anytime. I don't care if I see it, if I run across it, if I run across that tempo and I'm looking for a song, I'm playing that joint. This artist actually dropped an album earlier this year as well. He dropped part one of a three-part retirement package.
Okay.
His name is Grand Poobah.
Word.
I'm going with I Like It.
Yes.
Ooh, and I like it. Off the
Miss Sadie, let's
2000
take
album.
for sure. It's my joint. That's my. I remember. I used to wear that. I used to wear that tape out. I used to wear that
Yeah,
joint. I wore that. I guarantee you, I bought at least three of them. I used to wear that joint. That's my joint, man. Dope pick right there. Next up, I'm going Living Proof
woo,
by Group Home. Always a banger. Shout out Premier and them. Always a banger, man. Life is a short. It shouldn't be so rough. So it shouldn't. It just really shouldn't.
it really shouldn't.
Nah, it shouldn't be so rough, man. So that's what we rocking with right there.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go with the person that I mentioned earlier who appeared on another artist or another group song. This is the one they call the Blast Master. Top five that are alive for me. KRS One had the self-titled album, right? The self-titled album
Yep.
was in 1995, and ooh, ta-da. I love rappers are in danger, but I'm gonna go MCs act like they don't know. I'm gonna
Word
go
up.
MCs act like they don't know.
Dope and dope. And actually, that was I think I had that on my list originally. Then it ended up becoming a backup. And ironically enough, I had it in line to be my backup for my last pick, which was Living Proof.
Ah,
Yeah, so but it worked out. It worked out. Dope pick right there. Definitely a dope pick. Um Number 10. So I'm going number 10. Number 10. Going with a joint. We talked about a few podcasts ago. I forgot what we were talking about, but we talked about a few podcasts ago. Now, some people may recognize this song because of the amount of mixes it had. So it actually started to circulate towards the end of 94.
hmm.
But the version that most of the song, there's several mixes, at least five mixes, maybe six or more. But the version that people recognize the most and play the most ended up on the album in 1995. So I'm going with Sitting on Chrome by Master Ace. Yeah, got to go with that. One of the illest beats out there for sure.
Oh man, that's tough right there. That's tough. Hmm.
Yes, indeed. Whole album dope though. But yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going back to an album that you mentioned. You took the song or the beat that is considered or argued as the greatest beat of all time. When that song first came out, I wasn't as hype as everybody else on it. But when this song came out, I was like, oh, okay. And then I went back to
Yeah.
that joint.
Okay.
I mean, Mob Deep, Survival of the Fittest.
Mm-hmm.
That joint had me like, oh wow, this is crazy. Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to ask you. Because that's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about it was a struggle. I was fighting back and forth because it was between Shook Ones Part 2 and Survival of the Fittest. Now, I love both songs.
Right.
Are you like me that sometimes, like, it might be a day you like, you know what? Everybody talk about Shook Ones Part 2, but Survival of the Fittest might be just as dope, if not doper. And then you know what I'm saying? Then Shook Ones, you know what I'm saying? I have those fights and debates with myself all the time.
Shook Ones, Part 2 is my third, at best, third favorite song on the album.
Really?
Yeah.
But I can get it because I can argue that it may be my third favorite song on the album. Some days it might be my second, right?
Right. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
fair.
but yeah, I can agree with that. I feel you on that.
And sometimes you hear that, hit a stove, and you be like, yo, some days it's the one. Some days it's the one. But I would argue that it's my third favorite song on the album. You might hear my second favorite in a couple minutes, actually.
Next up, I'm gonna shout out to your cousin Don on this one because I think he had a brief discussion about this joint on a joint before, maybe earlier this year or maybe last year. Shout out AJ because I think AJ jumped in on it too. Shout out to Arvin, right? Mm-hmm. But one of my, I'm not gonna say favorite, but an album that I like a lot that I found myself going back to at least one time a year for Spans. But the song off the album, the song I'm going with, was produced by Buck Wild, and I never forget this because I remember the first time I heard the song was months before the album came out, and the song itself initially came out, I believe, somewhere round about my birthday in March. The album itself didn't drop until the end of the year, right? But I'm going with my man Mike Geronimo and that Master IC. I'm so high, you so high. I be getting money to the day that I die. Yeah, I'm going with that. That's what I'm going with, that Master IC. Shout out to Don and shout out to Arvin.
Okay, so here's the problem, Prime. I was writing my list down. I'm writing my list as we go along. And I forgot that I had written it down already before I said Survival of the Fittest.
Oh, snap.
Oh, man. All right. Am I going to let Prime just have this one? No, we just won't both have to have this, because I'm keeping Master IC. I'm so high. Come on, man. What was I thinking? I forgot I wrote that joint down. And I have moved on to. Anyway, yeah. I'm with Prime. Master IC. Shout out to Mike Geronimo.
For sure. Shout out to Mike Geronimo. That whole album, actually. The Natural. Word up.
Dang.
So you gonna rest on that joint?
Yeah. I'm a hold on. I'm gonna hold on to that, Prime. I'm gonna hold on to that. Wait, what are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is number 11, right?
So yeah, you just hit 11. So I'd be on. This will be should be 12 for me.
Okay, got you. Some of you then.
So this next one, I just knew that you was going to get, and I already snagged it. I would have snagged this one, but
I forgot till just now, Brian. I forgot until just now. I'm going through the list. I know what you're talking about. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
And it's crazy because you already listed a song that was kind of dealing with the same type of subject earlier.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
I am going to go with, unless you pull out that fat, crispy $5 bill on the reel before its history. I got 5 on it by the Loonies. when you hit the channel live joint early about Spark and Mad Ism, I was like, yep, he gonna come back with the double me up. He gonna come back and he definitely going with I got 5 on it next. I almost contemplated moving it up in the order.
Oh wow. Oh dang.
I said, no, I'm gonna let it rest because I think I got a decent backup. But nah, I got to go with the Loonies, man. I got 5 on it.
Oh man. For some reason, I don't know why it just hit me that you were gonna say something about the album that I just ran across.
Oh.
And I was like, dang, I got 2 joints off of there. I got 2 joints off of there, and I gotta figure out which one I wanna go with. So all right. We talked about the Woo earlier. We talked about Raekwon dropping. We talked about ODB dropping. But we haven't talked about the man who had a solo before. Well, one of the 2 members that had solo before Wu-Tang Clan became Wu-Tang Clan. I'm going with the GZA. And I think I'm going, even though I love the title track. I'm gonna hold on to the title track for a second. We'll see if we get back to it. I'm going with Special Technique,
Yes,
Shadow
sir.
Boxing.
Yes,
Special
sir.
Technique.
Yes,
Featuring
sir.
Method Man.
Yes, sir.
Got Mr. GZA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that, man. I like that. Hey, that's what I wanted to ask you too.
Yep.
Going back to my number 12 was smoking. I got 5 on it.
Uh-huh.
The people you think just started smoking trees when they heard that, like
because of that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot, because people are easily influenced, especially by artists and musicians and songs that have powerful messages.
Mm-hmm.
I told you about the time one of the old homies back in the day told me he wanted to start a gang when we was listening to NWA.
Whoa.
Bruh. Listen, me and this guy who I won't name, it's just me and him sitting in his mom's crib or their crib. I don't know, because usually like at least 4 of us, but it was just me and him. Nobody else was around. And he put this album on, and we just sitting there. He's sitting in a chair across the room. I'm sitting on the sofa, and we just listening, not even talking. And this man, mid-song, or maybe at the end of a song, I'll say at the end of a song, he jumped up from the chair and said, "Let's start a gang." I was like, and then he went into a rant. It was crazy. It was crazy because he was serious.
Wow.
He was yeah. Anyway, yes.
And we never really think about, like, we know about cats smoking, smoking trees and smoking weed and how big it is here in America. But I was looking up some stuff one day, and that I got 5 on it reached number 2 on the charts in Germany. So they be getting mad lifted in Germany too. They say it reached number 8. I think it was like in the UK, I believe.
The fact that it only reached number 2 and number 8 is the crazy part. Surprised them chose for number 1, because they've been smoking legally over there.
I was thinking about it too. You just talking about, like, we was talking about my man Skilo earlier, and how that joint got certified gold back in the day. It sold over 600,000 copies. But I got 5 on it, of course, when platinum the same year it came out. So yeah, so
that makes sense.
Because
in that moment that jump took over, then they came back with the remix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They also ever thought about, when did they start calling it? Who invented trees? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the term trees.
I think E40 dropped broccoli. E40 came with broccoli.
Broccoli. Yep.
But I don't know who came with trees though.
Things have changed, man. I don't even know. I had the youngins work for me one day. I was just talking. I think I told you this before, and somebody said something about some weed or something. So I just made a joke about a dime. They both looked at me like I started laughing. I'm like, oh, they don't do dimes no more? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, both of them laughed at me like it was hilarious, man. Like I had said something super crazy.
For real?
Right? I guess they don't do dimes no more. I don't know what they do, bro, but I'm just saying.
You know what they don't do? Dimes. Hold on. Oh man, I wanted to say something else. Daggone it. Oh, I have to mention this. I get it. Listen. Pause. No homo. All that was not a thing in '95.
Nope.
But everybody who listens to the song knows if it was a thing, the most pausable bar of 1995 might have been, I take sacks to the face.
Yeah. And the crazy joint was, and for a minute, at first I used to think it was, I take shots to the face. That's what I used to think it was. I said, oh, okay, wait, it's blowing guns. That's what I'm thinking, not realizing, wait a minute. Years later, I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't what he said.
It's all, it's lots of pausable stuff that would have been pausable if I'm not even a pause guy, but it has infected the culture so much that when you hear stuff, you think about it. I hate it. I hate the fact that it even crosses my mind, but it does. But that bar is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't care. That bar is crazy.
Nevertheless, shout out to the Loonies. Operation Stackola was nothing but fire. Trust me, if you was a real hip hop head, you understand that was the song, but it was some fire on that album beyond that song.
Yeah, they wore that joint out, boy. They wore that joint out.
You and me both. So where we at now? We on number it's me, number 13. So I'm gonna take a trip to the West Coast, even though one of the definitely not from the West Coast, but I'm gonna take a shot to the West Coast, and because I got the shout out, man. I got to shout out one of the folks who participated on that song who's no longer with us. Rest in peace to my mans and them, Nate Dogg. Also, much respect to Miss LA as I roll with the Dog Pound and let's play house.
Let's play house.
That's my joint. So I'm rolling with the Dog Pound. Let's play house at number 13.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Prime for going to the West Coast and leaving this for me. Thank you, Prime. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You left that for me, and I appreciate it. So, one of the greatest of all time on the boards, behind the boards, I should say, on the drum machine, keyboards, all that. Your favorite producer's favorite producer went by the name of Dilla, JD, Dilla, Dilla Dog, James Yancey, all that, straight out of Detroit. He produced a few joints for one of probably underappreciated groups from California, not by us, of course, but by some people. The Far Side. 1995. It's 1995. Now that I'm old, the stress weighs on my shoulders, heavy as boulders. Running. Come on. Running away.
How did it get past me? How did Running get past me?
Yeah, Brian. Thank you. Thank you, Prime.
How did that get past me? That's fire. That's fire. Excellent pick, my brother. Excellent pick. I like it. Let me go to, what am I, 14? Oh, shoot, this ain't no struggle for me. 14 for me comes from a artist that is Will you tell me, brother? Is it possible for a rapper or MC to be properly rated and underrated at the same time?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Well, for me personally, this artist fits that bill for me the way I think. And he is one of the OGs. He's one of the guys from back in the day who've been doing it for a minute. One of the illest to ever spit on the microphone, man. He's always been his own person. I got to go with my man G Rap, and the song is "It's a Shame."
Nice.
It's a damn shame what I got to do to get the money. Yep. So yeah, I got to go with my man G Rap. It's a shame.
Word.
I to the whole album 4, 5, 6, by the way.
Dope. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can't go wrong with G Rap. Salute. Let's see. All right. Well, I've mentioned not normally going with the singles, even though I've gone with multiple singles at this point. But this one might be the one for me. It's one of them ones, one of them culture movers. And oh man, what song was it? Oh, I can't think of the song that this song. Oh, hmm. I think I think one of the producers of this song said that he had to make his own J. Brew the Damager. Boo, doo, boo, 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 boo. Rico Wade said that song, if I remember correctly, rest in peace, Rico Wade. He said that that song made him say, "Yo, I got to make one of them." So him and the crew got together uh, and created Goody Mob's Cell Therapy. So that's what I'm going with. Cell Therapy.
I, that's fire. It's fire. I like it. I
It's one
like
of
it.
my
I
favorite
like
songs.
it. Huh?
So it's one of my favorite songs.
Oh yeah, it's dope. It's dope. Um, well, I ain't even going back. I already told you my story about my story about a certain preference, and I'm gonna leave that alone.
Did
Uh,
don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself.
not today. Not today. Um, dope. So what we at 15?
Number 15.
15. I'm gonna go with a song that I get it was recorded in 94. We didn't really hear it till 95 when it was part of a soundtrack documentary.
Hmm.
Even though a movie came out by the same name, it didn't come out till 2001.
Hmm.
So I'm going with Red and Meth. How high?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. That's
Wow.
great. People, a lot of people, time has gotten past us, and that people don't realize it was recorded in 94. They didn't really start banging until 95. But the
Wow.
movie didn't come out till 2001. Yep.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, the first time that song really got put out there was on the I haven't watched that joint in years. The documentary joint. So and shout out to Eric
Hmm.
because he produced the joint.
Okay, Prime. That was nice. That was a nice pull.
Appreciate it.
Tricky. That was tricky. All right, so early I paused on a song. I stopped, not paused. I stopped on a song that I was looking and I said I didn't want to jump out the window or reach early. But now I'm back to it. I'm like, I gotta mention this song because this song was fire when it dropped. The artist was dope. We had never seen him before. He came out the blue with this joint, and yeah, I used to love this joint. I used to love this song. It is "What You Want" by Nine.
9 Nine. What you want, man? Yo,
Yeah,
Jeep banger right there. Jeep banger. Nice job. So that's nice on that one. Another one of them joints, man. Like, I'm trying to think, was it Arvin? It was somebody I used to roll with a lot, and they had a mix, and I always knew that they would bump that the J Rue Damager, and then no, they would play What You Want and come back with that J Rue and that beats to drop on that. They
mm-hmm.
come clean, fire. Might have been AJ. Might have been AJ. Yeah, but fire.
Sound like AJ.
Yeah, fire. I like that. I like that. So next up, we have number 16.
Man, we're getting near the end. Sheesh.
Yeah. I could have went a lot of ways with this one, but I got to stay true to my guys, man. They've already been mentioned a couple of times before, but I'm about to mention them again. Put on your Tim boots, dog, because we rolling with Tim's in hood check.
Come on.
Yes, indeed. Smith and Wesson. They representing lovely, and they representing today on this here mixtape extravaganza we putting out, bro. So Tim's and hood check.
I like that you're doing this. I like that you're going all out with Smith and Wesson, because I feel like I can have a couple Smith and Wesson joints myself. So, yeah, I feel you on that. Speaking of feelings, nothing more than feelings. Naughty by Nature, Feel Me Flow is one of them joints, and it's one of them joints you be like, oh, okay, it's a cool. That joint is crazy. That
Yes, it
song
is.
is crazy. That
Especially
song is
Tretch on
crazy.
the mic.
Yeah, of course, of course. So yeah, gotta show some love to Tretch, Van Rock, Salute KG. Wait, does that? Yeah, right. Salute KG, Naughty by Nature. Yeah, Feel Me Flow.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
Man, it's a lot of songs. Good lord.
Oh well, we got time. We flowing perfect. We can talk about some stuff when it's over.
Yeah.
So, because I feel the exact same way, bro. Number 17. I thought you was gonna get me with this earlier when you was talking that when you went to your last West Coast joint, and I said, "Yep, he about to snag one of my joints because it's a dope song. You and I have mentioned it several times. Yeah, I think we probably even mentioned it during some sports coverage, some sports podcasts for whatever reason.
Oh yeah.
But back to the West Coast, I'm going with my man E Feezy or E40. Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. Yeah.
I just looked at that joint a minute ago.
That Major Way album, so no doubt.
Actually, I wrote it down right before I wrote down Feel Me Flow on my work on songs to keep in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten back to it yet, but yeah, I feel you on that. I'd be more hipper than a hippopotamus. Get all in your head like a urologist,
Indeed.
like a neurologist, I should say. That's yeah, that's that joint. That's that joint. Whoo! I'm going back to the purple tape one time. I'm going back to the purple tape one time.
No.
You went with incarcerated Scarfaces. I went with verbal intercourse. But I'm coming back with criminology.
Oh, okay. Okay. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
I definitely not mad with you. I can't be mad on anything off that album. So
Right, exactly.
another dope pick by my guy Source. So since you did that, I'm sticking to my guns. Ain't no switching up, man, because I'm perfect where I want to be. See, I'm gonna go with a song from a group that it seems like we've mentioned on at least two. I know I've mentioned on at least two other mixtapes. So I'm staying true to form. Got to go with my guys Be Real and them Cypress Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to go with Throw Your Set in the Air. Yeah, I like the vibe, I like the feel of that. They
Okay.
get busy. Muggs gonna get busy on that joint. So yeah.
Yeah, DJ Muggs does not get enough mention when people talk about producers for real.
Temples of Boom.
Yeah, salute them. Whoo, man, man. All right. Since I did a retread already, I'm going to retread one more time. Man, so many songs. I'm going to retread one more time. I'm going back to the infamous one more time.
I ain't mad
As
at
I
you.
mentioned, to Shook Ones Part Two is probably my third, at best, my third favorite song
Mm-hmm.
from that album.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe my favorite, maybe my second favorite, depending on the day, is Temperatures Rising.
Word up. Word up. What up, kid? Yeah, I like that. I like that. Dope pick.
That's my
Thought you was going somewhere else, but that's dope. That's
that's my
dope.
joint. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So I'm at 19. So number 19 for me is a song I thought you were going to pick on your last joint when you said you were going back to the Purple Tape, but you saved it for me. And it feels like this song between the two of us should have already been gone. But you know, I'm high powered, put Adina Howard to sleep. Yo, part
Pardon.
that chick been on my mind all week. You feel me? I got to go with Ice Cream. Got to go with Ice Cream. Ray and
Can't
Ghost
be mad.
spitting that crazy fire on that. So, yeah, I'm definitely going with Ice Cream on this joint right here at number 19 for me.
Okay. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that at all. Oh man, I want. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. All right. Let me mention. I'm gonna mention. Murder Was the Case came out in '94, right?
Yes. Very
So
underrated battle. Very
I just
underrated
want to
battle.
mention
Yeah.
dollars and cents. I can't use it because it came out in '94 for real, even though it's on Quick's album in '95. But it was on Murder Was the Case in '94, so I'm not gonna use that. But I had to at least mention it just for the people, just in case. In case it was like, where's dollars and cents? Yeah, it can't be on this joint, unfortunately. Oh man. Let's see. I'm gonna go with one more retread. One more retread. I talked about it earlier, and I went a different direction when I went to this album the first time. But I'm going with the title track from the Jizza, Liquid Swords.
Mm, mm. I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
man, that's that
I
fire
like it.
right there.
Also, to me personally, one of the illest album covers out there too is when we're talking about artistry.
Yeah,
Love
no
that.
doubt, no
Love
doubt.
everything about that. But yeah, no doubt. Great pick. Great pick. Number 20 for me. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the I Shot You remix
Woo,
on the Mr. Smith album.
woo,
Oh, from the Mr. Smith album now. Now,
woo.
if you remember when that album first hit, I don't believe that the remix was on that album. I think now you get it as a deluxe or whatever, and it's on. They had I Shot You on there with Keith Murray.
Right.
Keith Murray.
Give
But
me an hour plus a pen and a pad.
that remix came through later and came back with that fire. And you had, Fat Joe, Foxy, Keith Murray, and rest in peace to Prodigy
Yeah.
on that joint. So, yeah, so let's go with that I Shot You remix, which is definitely now on the Mr. Smith album. If you purchase it now. So, got to go with that. That's heat.
Okay. That's dope. That's a great pick. That's a great pick. Since you mentioned it, since you brought it up, since you said LL, I'm going way off the board. You took I Shot You remix. I'm going No Airplay. Something about that song that I love. I don't know what it is. I love it from
Okay.
the intro till the end of the song. That joint is crazy to me.
Fire, fire. I like it. I like it, man. That's a good pull. Definitely a good pull right there. Um, let's see. Number 21, which by the way is one of my favorite numbers.
Mad.
Number 21 for me is Special to Me. And it's a song a lot of people know. And even though they may not know who made the song, because it's appeared in a lot of things where we're talking about rap battles, all types. As a matter of fact, it is on the 8 Mile, it's in the 8 Mile movie. But ironically, it's not on the 8 Mile soundtrack unless they recently added it. Right? But it's one of the most notable songs in the movie, or at least the beat is. And I got to go with my boys Showbiz and AG, the next level, the nighttime mix, right? And if you remember, Eminem used that joint in the battle when he was battling Old Borders before he got into what was the kid after that? Lotto was the next kid. But yeah. So that joint just fired to me. You know, it's dope. It's dope whether you listen to it with the lyrics or you just listening to the beat itself, right? But you can't think about the 8 Mile movie without this being one of the things that pops into your head during the battle scene. So shout out to Showbiz and AG for this joint right here, man.
Fire. Yeah, that's fire. Showbiz. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. That's good
How the
stuff right
skills
there.
have gotten. And you know how I feel about DITC anyway. So, but yeah.
Of course. All right. Well, let me see here. I'm gonna go back to. Well, it's not really back to. Do nope. I was about to go to an album that you said already. I'm going back to DOS Effects, man. I'm going with Hold It Down. I am going with Hold It Down.
I like it. I like it. Another dope pick, man. Another dope pick. I debated on a couple of those DOS Effects joints from that. None of them made my list, but some dope joints on that album. That whole entire record, just the same. So shout out. My next one. So I thought you might beat me to this one too. I didn't even know it was on your list, but knowing that you brought up these guys up in the past quite a few times, probably to me the most memorable song for me. And a lot of people know they had some other bangers. But I got to go with the licks, man. I'm going, damn. Yeah, I'm going with the Alcoholics and damn.
Yeah. If we were on a different year, different album, I'd probably have a couple in the mix.
Oh, for sure. I would too.
What number is this?
So for you about to hit, so this is 22.
Okay. I think I'm going with an album that you mentioned earlier. You mentioned Sitting on Chrome. I'm going Master Ace, Born to Roll.
Yes, indeed.
Born to Roll.
Yes, indeed. And you know, that joint, it's just like when I talked about Sitting on Chrome earlier. Same situation.
Mm-hmm.
There were some floating around in '94 that were mixes, didn't quite sound the way that it ended up sounding. So you could probably find at least 3 or 4 mixes of that. It hit the album in '95 the same way. So it's a dope pick.
Definitely that.
Definitely a dope pick. And also that was my backup in case you had beat me to Sitting on Chrome. I had that waiting because I was gonna let Ace get past me, right? I was gonna hit that joint immediately.
Yo, did you see Master Ace actually just did a musical? It came out about a week and a half ago.
I didn't.
Yeah, he did. It's called The Fallen Season for his album.
Dope. Okay, I'm about
Yeah.
to check. No doubt. I'm about to check it. Next up, 23. Got to go with that Players Anthem, man. Junior Mafia and them. I'm from the Conspiracy album. Now that joint got some bangers on it. But Players Anthem was definitely being bumped on the radios hard back in 95, and I was one of the people that was listening. So got to go with it. Lil Kim and all that.
Can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that. Salute Junior Mafia. Rest in peace, Big, of course. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Jamal. Hmm. I'm gonna go with Jamal. Am I going with Jamal?
Okay.
Am I going with Jamal? Cause I got 8 is enough sitting over there looking at me like, "What's up, bro?" Like, but nah. I'm gonna go with Jamal. Keep it real though. I'm gonna go with Keep It
Oh,
Real.
yes. Oh, yes. Oh, so you're a fan of that song too, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Shout out to Jamal. Nice pick. Nice pick. And I thank you for leaving number 24 for me because you done went to this well a few times already, and I've went to the well before. And when you mentioned it a few picks ago, I was like, "Yep, he about to hit me." So I'm gonna have my backup ready. But unfortunately, I don't have to. We're gonna go back to the infamous again. The eye for an eye. You know what I'm saying? We in this together. It's like your beef is mine.
Woo!
I got to go with that, bro. I got to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. I mean, you talking about dope when you talking about my favorite 3 or 4 songs, that's one of them. That eye for an eye is deep. Shout out to the chef as well for blessing that joint. But yeah.
You know what though, Prime? I can go back to the well with you. I'm going back with you.
Okay.
Mob Deep, right back at you. Yeah.
Fire, fire, beyond
Yeah.
fire. Okay,
That's fair. That's fair.
I
That's
love
fair.
it. I love it, man. So that's dope. And my 25th, I just it didn't sit right with me. This wasn't originally on my list, right? But it didn't sit right with me the more and more I thought about it. We've had at least 2 other shows where I could have mentioned a song from this group. And I just felt like I just did them dirty.
Mm.
Now you definitely mentioned them. You definitely mentioned them. I mean, without a doubt, you definitely you mentioned them, but I haven't. So I gotta right my wrongs on this one, man. I gotta right my wrongs on this one. I got to go with Distortion to Static by the Roots. I got to do it, man. I got to make it right with myself. I just feel right in my heart. Plus, I do love that song.
We can't have the same last answer, Prime. We can't have the same.
Well, there's another way you could go, but well, I don't know if it's one of your joints though. But
No. I mean, that's one of my favorite Roots albums. Actually,
yeah.
I think it's number 2. My second favorite Roots album. But no, I'm not going. I'm not going to go there. I'm going back to the well that you went to like 3 times, I think, to finish off. Look, I'm trying to write it down. I can't get my pen to work. I can't get my not no the pen's fine. I can't get my arm to move because I keep looking over like, is this really what I want to do? Yeah, I can't believe I don't have a Roots song in my 25. But I was looking at the album like Distortion and Static would be right there. But I love the album from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And it's like I love all the songs the same. Pretty much all the songs the same. I think I am going to go Smith and Wesson to
Oof,
start and Smith and Wesson to end it.
I like it.
Let's get it
It
on.
on fire, fire, fire.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know I ain't mad at that. I had that. I had that. Matter of fact, so one of my Smith and Wesson joints that I gave you, I had "Let's Get It On" as one of my backups, and I also had "Wipe Your Mouth" as one of my backups too. But uh, dope, man. That's dope. That's
Man,
dope. That's dope.
so many songs, man. So many songs.
All right. All right. So, is anything you want to spit out there about 95 or anything else? Because we're going to come back to a couple of things here in a second. Go ahead. Give me a second. I'm going to be right back. Or anything you want to put to
Okay.
the people.
95 was a great, it's one of the best single years in hip hop. Here we are in 2025 with the resurgence. Actually, the resurgence started probably in 2024, especially of older artists, adult contemporary hip hop artists at this point, some are saying, that have resurfaced or they've been around and a lot of people just didn't know. But either way, they have new work, new product, new albums, new energy, new dopeness, and I'm loving it. I'm trying to be at the forefront of this movement of adult contemporary hip hop, even if it's not called that, because I know some people think that's a corny name. Some people think that's not a good name for hip hop. And I believe Chuck D was the person that said timeless hip hop could be the name of the genre of adult contemporary at this point, if that ends up being a thing, which it seems like it will be. Seems like it will be. But 1995 was it was just it was a great year for hip hop, man. I think off the top of my head, it's top five. I think it's top five
Oh, yeah.
single years in hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
Top five single years in hip hop as far as album releases. And was it a good time for me? I don't know if it was a good time for me in life, but I was a young man. I was young, so it couldn't have been so bad, right? Could have been so bad.
Yeah, I didn't think that I could be so in love with a year in hip hop after 94 because 94 was just so crazy. I'm like, man, ain't no way they can top this year. And then 95 came out with some certified bangers. Uh, More than what than what a lot of people give it credit for until you actually go and break it down. You're like, oh, that came out. Oh, Fade Tomorrow was 95.
Mm.
Oh man, I thought that was 96 or whatever. So it was definitely a fire year. And so what we're gonna do is I know we want to get into we can talk about some stuff you might have left off, or if there's something else we want to bring up. But we're gonna go through our list first, and I can start. I'm gonna go through my list just to recap um, what I had for 1995, and then you can go through yours. All
Okay.
right. So I started out number one, Incarcerated Scarfaces, of course. I'm only built for Cuban links. I went to my man AZ with Sugar Hill. Had to get that in early because I knew Source was probably coming. So I had to get that one in there early. Not that it's a competition, but it's just the fact that I just knew it was coming. I just wanted to put it out there. So and I actually had another song I could have put on that joint that I really enjoyed because I think um, Uncut Raw and a couple other joints on that are fire too. But Sugar Hill was the joint. I went with that Shook Ones Part 2 by Mobb Deep. Went with Bucktown. Of course, you already know what time it is with Bucktown. Shout out to Shannon Smith and Wesson. Jamal Fades Them All.
Mm.
To me, that's a classic, man. From everything, from the production, everything was just fire on that joint. So after that, I jumped in with I Wish by Skilo. And we all wish we were a little bit taller at times. So got to put it out there. Certified classic. I went with Big L and MVP. Originally, it was Brooklyn Zoo, which is Beyond Fire, but I went with MVP. All We Got Is Us by Onyx. There's at least 2 other songs on that particular album I could have went with that I like just as much, but All We Got Is Us. Came Back, I Kept It Street, Living Proof by Group Home. That's another joint, you know what it is as soon as it comes on. Went with my man Master Ace, Sitting on Chrome. Always Goes Hard. Came Back with the Master IC from Mike Geronimo on the natural album. Fire. Another classic, another anthem. Nationwide, worldwide, whatever. I got 5 on it. Everybody's smoking. Was already smoking, started smoking more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They even learned about some street and some more slang in that song. Weed slinging lingo. You learned it all in that joint. So I got 5 on it. Certified classic. I went to the West Coast, the Dog Pound. Let's Play House. Only felt right to get a Nate Dogg joint here some kind of way as well.
Rest in peace, Nate Dogg.
It's a Shame by Cool G Rap. I went to How High by Meth and Red. Went to that joint, dug it up. It's a lot of history with that song. That song jumps around a lot, but debuted in 95. Recorded in 94, debuted in 95. Went back to my boys with Tim's in the Hood, check. So we're going with Smith & Wesson, E40, Sprinkle Me. Had to get that in there. Throw Your Set in the Air by Cypress Hill. Had to get that in there. Shout out and rest in peace to Big L, because my next song was MVP. I mean, sorry, it was Put It On. Let's Put It On. Not going MVP or Put It On. You remember?
I thought you said Put It On.
Let's Put It On. It was Put It On. I had MVP on the back, but that's right, because I circled it. It was Put It On. Number 20, the I Shot You remix. Yeah, had to go there. Foxy, Keith Murray, Prodigy, Fat Joe, all of them.
Good one.
LL. Then I went to number 21, Next Level by Showbiz and AG. Still bang. Next up was the Alcoholics. It was Damn. Certified house party banger right there. You might test furniture up, especially if it ain't your house. Next up, I went with Junior Mafia. It was a Players Anthem. 24, I went with Eye for an Eye by Mobb Deep. And I finished it off with The Roots, Distortion to Static. And I will say that I had on backup in case you had to jump me on that joint. I also had Mellow My Man on that joint to back it up, just in case. But
fair.
Distortion to Static, nevertheless.
The way we do it like this, that from a Mellow My Man. Woo, all right. Top of my list. Let's get to it. We started out with Soundboy Burial, Smith & Wesson.
Word up.
My first song, and it's off the first rap album of 1995. Came back with Raekwon, with Ghost and Nas, Verbal Intercourse.
Indeed.
Next up, ODB. Man, I did back-to-back. Woo. ODB, Brooklyn Zoo. The clean version. The clean version of Brooklyn Zoo over the dirty version.
Okay.
I got like 3 songs. Like 3 songs where I like the clean version better than the dirty, and that is one of them.
I get it.
Next up, shout out to my man Hakeem Green, Channel Live featuring KRS-One, Mad-ism. All we do is spark Mad-ism.
All we do.
Then we got Outkast off the New Jersey Drive soundtrack, Benza Beamer. Tupac, Me Against the World. Das Effects, we went with the remix. We could have gone with the original, the Primo joint, but we went with the Pete Rock remix. I'm tripping. The Pete Rock remix of Real Hip Hop.
It don't stop.
Then we got Grand Poobah, I Like It, off the 2000 album. KRS-One, MCs Act Like They Don't Know.
Mm-hmm.
I had to stick to my guns, even though Prime said it first. I had to stick with it. Master IC from Mike Geronimo.
For sure.
I went to Mob Deep, which you'll hear a lot of Mob Deep from here on out. Survival of the Fittest was my joint. Jizza featuring Method Man, Shadowboxing. The Far Side, big up to the Far Side, rest in peace. Jay Dilla, Running. Goody Mob, Cell Therapy, great song, relevant right now.
Oh yeah.
30 years old, it's relevant right now. It's a few of those, but specifically that one. And I went with Nine, What You Want? What You Want, Nine? In the same vein, I went with Naughty by Nature, Feel Me Flow. Raekwon and Ghostface, of course. Criminology, Mob Deep, back to the infamous Temperatures Rising.
Mm-hmm.
The Jizza One More Time with Liquid Swords, especially if you add in the whole intro of the album. You got the whole intro of the album that leads into Liquid Swords. It's crazy, crazy. LL Cool J with the intro, no airplay. DOS Effects, hold it down, kid, keep it on lock, hold it down, kid, yeah, kid, keep it on lock. Master Ace, Born to Roll, Brainiac Dumb Dumbs, but the same. Uh, Jamal, who you mentioned, Keep It Real. Prime went with Phase Mall. I went with Keep It Real. Back to Mob Deep one more time, featuring Nas. Who was it? Big Noid. Is Ray on that joint?
Ray is
Yeah.
on. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, right back at you. And then we ended it. We started with boot camp Smith and Wesson. We ended it with boot camp Smith and Wesson. Let's get it on Smith and Wesson. And we
Oof,
do it like
let's
it could
get
have been like 5 different Smith and Wesson joints.
oh for sure. For sure. Certified dope, man.
Man, we were heavy handed with the Smith and Wesson and with um
Mob Deep.
the Mob Deep and with the Raekwon, of course. Of course, it's the purple tape.
And shout out to speaking of Mob Deep as well. Shout out to I guess the record is finished from what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So Havoc, Alchemist, and all of them been in the lab. So we'll see what comes out of that. So pretty sure it's
Yeah. Salute to them.
salute to them. But on this 95 tip, so are you like surprised? Is there anything you can think of, a song you can think of now that we didn't put on the list that that you might be surprised by? Because I don't know if you was a fan of it or not, but if we're just talking about hits for obvious reasons, we were talking about LL. His
Mm-hmm.
the Doing It joint was a song. You know what I'm saying? Beat, everything was crazy. So we didn't have that on the list, but that was a big song in 95. Not that we were doing the greatest hits or anything, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't like that song personally.
Yeah, there it is. That's why it's not on Source's list.
I'm good without that joint.
Yeah, so didn't make my list either. Um, any other songs you can think of?
Well, you mentioned Sprinkle Me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have two that weren't mentioned, and one of them was I'm a pimp in my own crime. 8
Yeah.
Ball and MJG.
AG. Yeah. That's crazy because much as I love M-Ball and MJG, think we've done it. This is the third show where they've had an album. And I don't think I mentioned one of them songs. I think I had one on the backup on one of the joints, and that's crazy to me because I love 8 Ball and MJG. So
I had that one, and then I have Dove Shack, Summertime in the LBC.
Funny you said that. Because remember at the start of the show, I said that I was going to mention something about people I didn't have on the list for whatever reason, but a kind of a theme developed, but it wasn't intentional.
Gotcha.
The theme was that the three that came to mind for me personally were all West Coast. Two of them are from Long Beach, from the LBC. Nothing from the Dove Shack was one that was on my list, and nothing from my guy RBX, the RBX Files album, which I don't care about, but I love. I RBX guys, they got some fire on that album. So nothing from the two from Long Beach, and the third one would make nobody's list but mine. But I was always a fan in some shape or form. Want to shout out the album "Do or Die" by Ant Banks. You know what I'm saying? I always was low key an Ant Banks fan. I liked them straight out of Oakland, man. So those three were the first three albums based on stuff I used to listen to a lot that kind of stuck out to me. I said, I don't have any of these songs on my list. Now I can tell you, I guarantee you, if we would have went probably another 10 for me personally, at least one song on each of these albums from each of these albums would have been on my list.
Yeah.
I don't care about the hits, man.
If we would have went further, I definitely would have had some of the Roots "Do You Want More" on there, because it's probably my second most listened to album of the year.
Okay.
Especially then. Shout out to my guy, JR. Well, I don't know what his name is in the group. G White.
Yeah.
We actually were roommates at the time. And we used to wear that "Do You Want More" out, boy.
For sure. And I understand. Trust me, I understand. I felt dirty on a couple of shows. Like, there's no way. I love this song. I love this. I love that. But that joint right there, Distortion and Static and Mellow, my man, love them joints, man.
Yeah, I didn't even know the Roots from their first album at all.
Right.
I didn't know them until I saw the Distortion to Static video. When that video was, I was like, yo, it was like at the end of a Rap City session. The first time, I was like, who was that? That joint hard. Then they played it again a couple days later. I was like, yo, that joint, yeah. So that was the beginning of my love of the Roots. And now I've seen the Roots, what I say, 6 times? I've seen the Roots live 6 times. I missed them the last 2 times they've been here. Well, they've been close. They weren't here. They were 2
You
to
saw
2.
them the last time they were here.
Yeah. But I wanted to see them. I wanted to see them more recently, but I didn't. You know, I don't be, anybody trying to drive 2+ hours. Matter of fact, one of my guys from TikTok, shout out to Byron Elder, he was like, yo, I got an extra ticket if you want to come up for a little brother. He told me yesterday during the day. I was about
to bring that up. Yep.
And I was like, yo, but I was already picking up my daughter from the airport. So I'm sure I could have figured it out. If it was closer, I would have been there. And that John said it was almost 3 hours because of traffic. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm good. Up and back, Dolo, I'm good on that.
That's the struggle. That's the struggle, man. Like now we're going to these shows. Is much as you love artists and you want to see
Hmm.
your people, the travel itself is crazy. I haven't been out of town to a show since, was it summer before, was it last summer, summer before last? Whenever I went to the Erica Badu joint.
Hmm.
And bro, and I told you what I went through getting there. And the crazy thing about it is Justin, who gave me the free ticket, shout out to Justin, is that I know for a fact I left way before they did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's no question I left, and I don't know we ended up going to different directions or what happened. Because the GPS will tell you, hey, it's a quicker route and all this stuff. And you jump on. I got caught up in some mess, but I
Mm.
know I left before he did, and I would honestly tell you I left. It might have been close to 2 hours before he did, and they still beat me to the arena. Yeah, I literally walked in the arena just as the opening act, I keep forgetting the gentleman's name, was about to go on, but just before he was about to go on, like literally seconds, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. But anyway, travel. So I get it. Shout out, and I've forgotten about the little brother joint. Shout out to my guy Jabbar Simmons, because I woke up this morning checking Facebook and he's got pictures and photos of the little brother joint, man. So anybody that went to that show, let us know how it was, man. It looked like my brother enjoyed his time at the little brother concert last night that went down. For all my people, all my 804 folks, man. I like to know how it went. I would have loved to have seen them, since this is, supposedly their last tour, but I just wasn't in the cards for me to make it out there. But if there's anybody that made it out to that show, let a brother know. You can hit us up while we're on here. We'll be on for a few more minutes. Let us know over on the SBP, the Sports Bar Podcast Facebook page. But I would really like to know how that show was, man. But it looks like, but like I said, out of the pictures, my man Jabbar looks like he had a heck of a time out there, jumping. Like he enjoyed his. So he had some great seats too, like great seats up there. So I would
Oh
have
yeah.
loved to have seen that.
Look, let me message Byron Elder right now. Be like, how was the show? I said, get some video for me so I can use it.
Yeah, it looks like they had all types of stuff, shirts and stuff out there, hats. Um, I also wanted to bring up too, man. Did you see we were talking about the roots? Well, I know you already know, but more and more is coming out now about the collaboration. We already know Nas and Premier and all of them had a bunch of stuff in the mix, in the tank, and they're keeping a lot of the stuff low key. But more and more is coming out now. So there's a collaboration supposed with Black Thought and Kendrick. I'm along with Nas
Yeah, yeah, I did see that.
and Premier. So I don't go on a lot of he say, she say, and a bunch of rumors, but the couple of places that I've seen it have always been trustworthy. Every time they put it's legit. So somebody knows somebody that knows somebody, or is deep in the game. So I'm pretty sure this is a thing.
Yeah, we
So
need that. We need that to drop
yeah, I'd love that. I can't wait. And Premier behind us, so we already winning.
for
So
sure.
we already winning in that. But yeah, as far as now, like I said, I could go on and on. There's a few songs that I could go to. I did. I went to that Onyx album, of course. All we got is us, and I did have Shout um, on deck on that joint too. So on deck, just in case something didn't go my way. Um, Dealing with it, Big L, of course. Put It On was my choice, but MVP was there. Let 'Em Have It L was there. So one of the illest. So it's a bunch of ways I could have gone.
I had that eight is enough over here written down
Oh yes,
from Big L as well. Lifestyles of the poor and dangerous.
fire. Big L, always here. And that was dope. You got anything else you want to put out there?
Nah, I think we've covered 95 pretty well. A lot of songs, a lot of albums mentioned, a lot of artists. Salute to them, and a lot of them are still rocking today, which is the beautiful thing. 30 years later. we had, I mentioned.
A lot of them got albums coming. From what we're seeing more and more. And if you're on social media, a lot of your favorite artists, man, are heavy on social media, even though they might be doing other things. But they will quickly tell you, a lot of them will tell you they got new projects coming out.
Yeah.
More and more. And I'm loving every minute of it. So there's a lot of people you can follow, man. And you name it, they probably got a platform somewhere. They might not all be on Facebook, but a lot of them are heavy on over on X. A lot of them are heavy on Instagram. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of cats, man.
Just looking at my list, like I said, Smith & Wesson dropped earlier this year, dope album. Raekwon dropped last month, dope album, and he got the documentary coming from the Purple Tape. Channel Live, I mentioned Hakeem Green. He was on a song that came out like 2 weeks ago with Dinaz. I forgot the name of the song. Dinaz and Hakeem Green. Grand Poobah, I mentioned he dropped the album earlier this year, part of a three-part retirement package. KRS-One is KRS-One. He's always rocking on a regular basis. Seems like on a nightly basis he'd be on stage somewhere. You mentioned the new Mobb Deep album that's coming out.
Yep.
I just saw Farside interviewing with it may have been Sway. Just saw him interviewing with somebody. No, it was Big Boy. It was Big Boy who they were with, because Big Boy was their security back in the day, early on. And look at him now. Big Boy got, on the radio and all that. So it was a full circle moment for them coming back together. Tretch is in. I mean, he did a whole play. He did the whole play series, like running around the country doing different plays. Been on different reality shows and all that. LL is LL. He just had the Rock the Bells festival. He's got Rock the Bell Radio. I mean, LL, he just dropped the documentary that we talked about. Hip Hop Was Born Here. And that's on Netflix. Master Ace, as I mentioned, just dropped a musical. He had a musical come out about 2 weeks ago, a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, called The Fallen Season. Yeah, that's the whole list. Yeah, that's a lot.
I believe, even though there's been some hints, I believe AZ working on something else.
Yeah, and he just had an album, not last year. I think it was late 2023.
That supposedly, from what I'm saying, I think he's working on something else. And there's somebody else that I feel like I'm forgetting. And I know I'm forgetting. I'll think about it when we get off.
We know Ghostface is dropping like the 22nd. I'm not sure about the date, but it's supposed to be.
Yes. That's Supreme too. So, we definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ghost ever get old of me. Like that. It's crazy. Crazy thing about Ghost is how ill he is and how dope he is. But then you'll go back and listen again, like you might not have bumped, any of his projects for a while, and he'd be like, "Hey, bro, like this is my guy, but this is really my guy." Like even down to what's that I was thinking about the other day. Nobody talks about the album, but Bulletproof Wallace. I would listen to Bulletproof Wallace. And then I was sitting like, nobody talks about this record. This goes in there, whatever. But I said, but man, this dude was spitting straight flames and razors on this joint. So, yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And of course, we're going to end up reviewing that one when it hits the Supreme Clientele too. So, a lot of stuff to look forward to. And I think so. I guess next one we're gonna do 98 next, right? Is that what we're doing? I know we're working on something. That we're going to do. I mean, I think you can explain to the people what we're going to do as far as making a tape, P joint.
Yeah, what we're going to do is so we do this joint. Of course, it's the SBP Sports Bar Podcast. So we do this here and drop the show, and then we're going to take our lists and create a smaller list, like a top 10 We'll take all whatever songs we picked ourselves or each other, and we're gonna work together to create like a top 10 SBP top 10 joints of 1995, and we're gonna do that live on TikTok.
Word up.
So you know, different group, different audience, different people in the mix. But we're gonna come up with our top 10. So it'll be the Sports Bar Podcast. So us together combined, the SBP top 10 joints of like 1995, like we just did, and we'll do that live. We'll let y'all know when, and create that. Boom, and that'll be that. But yeah, we're gonna do one for each of the years that we've already done, and then the ones when we are going forward as well. We can do those, and I think it'll be dope.
Yeah. So and you usual folks, we appreciate y'all. You guys have been rocking with us for a while. Don't think just because football season about to hit, we're going heavy in football season, that the hip hop gonna stop. We're gonna find there's gonna be creative ways we're gonna do this. It might not always, and I Source haven't talked or figured it out yet, because he's got things that he's got some dope stuff that he works on during the week, and I got a couple things I dabble in, not as dope as what he does, but still. So everything might not always fall on a Sunday as far as what we're doing musically. Some things may or may not. We'll get to that when we get to. We'll keep y'all abreast of what's going on. It might be some day stuff. It could be an evening in there somewhere. We'll figure it out. Right. So, but yeah, we definitely got. We're not gonna slow down on this music grind just because we about to get heavy into football. When this young kicks, we gonna keep it going up till football season. Then we gonna figure out the rest on how and when we gonna do it. So that ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, man.
So I think I like this role that we on. But I think so. The next list that we're going to do is probably what we did today. I think we decided it's gonna be 98.
98.
Yeah, I think you brought up 98 last time.
Yeah,
and that I ain't gonna say it presents a problem. It presents a good problem. Let me say that it's a problem. It's a good problem because we're gonna run into, by my estimation, a lot of what we ran into today. Because I hadn't even gotten deep into the 98 list, but I'm sitting there thinking like about 4 or 5 albums. I'm like, so that's just a monster in his own. Like 4 or 5 albums. I hadn't even gotten to the whole thing. Look at the whole list yet.
Right.
So that 25 gonna be it's gonna take some work. So. But it is what it is. It's gonna be fire.
Sounds like a party.
No doubt. So we about to peel out of here. I have nothing else for you. I don't know if Source wants to put out there other than I appreciate y'all rocking with us. But I'm gonna out here enjoy this day and maybe watch some basketball. And we're gonna see what's up. What you got?
Y'all, Friday is Beat Cypher Friday. I do the Beat Cypher Wednesday show on TikTok every week. And we're doing a live in-person version, Beat Cypher Friday, at my Source Summer Series event. So it'll be Friday from 6 to 9. Got like 6 or 7 producers that's gonna come through, play some heat. We'll mix in some songs. Got DJ Mordecai back out there one more time. Might be a trivia contest again. I don't know. It depends on how the time runs with this one, but should be a good time. Beat Cypher Friday, part 4 of Source Summer Series. There's only one more part after that. So if you can pull up, pull up. If not, hope to see you on the 22nd for the Virginia joint.
Indeed. Y'all get out there and check it out. Check my man's out. It's dope, man. It's dope. I was out there at the last joint, man. Had lots of fun, man.
Appreciate
good folks out there.
Yep.
Well, that's it for the day, y'all. It's another day to be great. So get out there and do what you do. Enjoy it. Make an positive effect on somebody's life. So until the next time when we hit you with 98, we up out of here. Y'all be good. Peace.